All and welcome to our first meeting of the new year. I'd like to welcome, and I am not going to attempt to do this. So, Michelle, would you pronounce your last name?
Imokai.
Imokai, welcome as a student member, and welcome to your first meeting of faculty, staff, and administration. And our new faculty member is Professor Barker. You were here before, but welcome back as well.
Thank you.
So we will get moving forward with our agenda items. Our first item 1A is the approval of the minutes of November 5th. May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
It's been moved and second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? The motion carries. Okay. So we will proceed with the policy item, and we will allow time for President Gould to come. So we'll move on with President William Frick.
President Gould.
Oh, it's not okay. Okay, thank you. President Gould wanted to come in. Provost Tramontano, thank you. Welcome and Happy New Year. We will present item 1B1 through item 1B3.
Right. President Gould sends her regrets this evening. She is with Doug Steiner and the mayor at a banquet. So I'm very pleased to attend representing Brooklyn College. Brooklyn College is very pleased to present 3 naming opportunities for classrooms at Brooklyn College. 3 individuals who, in their estates, were able to leave a bequest to the institution in the chemistry, first in the Francis Colton classroom for English, in the August Instrumentation Laboratory for our NMR machine in chemistry, and finally in the Stephen R. Belasco classroom at Brooklyn College for accounting. We're very grateful for the efforts of our Vice President for Development, Andy Sillen, and for the estates of these 3 individuals who have remembered Brooklyn College in their wills.
Thank you very much. May I have a vote for approval?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
It's been moved and second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstention? The motion carries. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
President William Fritz will present items 1B4, a naming at the College of Staten Island.
Yes, thank you. The College of Staten Island is very excited to be presenting this naming opportunity. It comes from Mrs. Sam Bass, is a 92-year-old, a real solid friend of the college, and has established a charitable remainder trust and has really left her entire estate to the college. And the room will be named in memory of her husband, and it provides an ongoing scholarship for nursing students.
Thank you. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
It's been moved and second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The motion carries. We now call on President Jennifer Robb to present items 1B5 and 6, 2 namings associated with Hunter College.
Thank you so much. I'm going to start with the gift from Ada and Romano Peluso in their names and the name of their immigrant parents, Assunta and Ignacio. This brings to the giving contributions of Dr. Ada Peluso, a Hunter alum and a Hunter math professor and former math chair, to over $2.5 million to the college. This gift is for $1 million to support activities at Roosevelt House and specifically to have the Library of Franklin Roosevelt designated as a room named for their parents who were greatly helped by Franklin Roosevelt. So it was a very emotional gift for them. And then the Pelusos decided to give us another $100,000 to name the stairway for themselves and their parents. Ada's also given us scholarships. She has made $500,000 to give to the library and visiting professors. So as I said, it's over $2.5 million. A lovely story of faculty support for Hunter College. Her brother is a retired banker, and together they become greatly involved with the college. Her brother's on our Roosevelt House Advisory Board. She, as I said, is on our board and a number of advisory boards. And I guess just shows you, Chancellor, what math professors can make. I know, it's like you were just thinking about this. So I asked the board's approval for this, another very lovely gift from a wonderful faculty member and her brother.
And you can proceed with the second one as well.
And the second one is also a lovely gift from the Jonas Foundation, who this gift brings to close to $300,000, the amount of money we've gotten from the Jonas Foundation to support nursing at Hunter College, and there are additional grants that work with the various schools and the Graduate Center to support nursing in general at CUNY. This was a lovely honorary gift to our founding dean of our nursing school when the nursing school became an independent school about 4 years ago when the chancellor was working with us to create a school of public health. The nursing school became a freestanding school. We recruited a founding nursing dean who was a named chair at Columbia and had served in government as the White House czar on AIDS and had been the secretary of public health in Washington State. She was an extraordinary leader, and she, before her retirement, really helped create a school that is well on its way to being one of the top in the country. And in her honor, the Jonases made a $25,000 contribution that allowed us to renovate and provide technological capacity in one of the nursing rooms and have something on campus named for her.
Thank you. May I have a motion for approval of these two namings?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? The motion carries.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. And now we have the appointment of distinguished professor. I will ask Julia Wrigley, Associate University Provost, to present items 1 through 7.
Thank you. This is a resolution to approve the appointment of Professor Judith Stein from City College, a history professor at City College and at the Graduate Center, as a distinguished professor. Professor Stein has a long-time service to this university. She first came to CUNY in 1966, and she has worked here her entire career, and she has produced several outstanding books. One of these is on Marcus Garvey. One is on Running Steel, Running America, Race, Economic Policy, and the Decline of Liberalism. And one is called Pivotal Decade, How the United States Traded Factories for Finance in the 70s. As you can see, her areas are political economy, race relations, labor studies, and history of African Americans in the United States. Her books have been very notable, and there have been special symposiums and issues of journals discussing her books. And she has won awards and grants and fellowships from National Endowment for the Humanities, the American Council of Learned Societies, and other very distinguished groups. I think that her career is one which merits the appointment as a distinguished professor for the sheer body of very high-quality work she has produced.
Thank you. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second? It's been moved in second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? The motion carries.
Thank you very much.
That completes our policy calendar. Now we will move on to the Chancellor's University report, which notes that there is an additional appointment on the revised agenda, item 1C3. President Gail Mello, please join us to present item 1C1.
Thank you, Trustee Beal. It is my great pleasure to present to you for your consideration Shahir Irfan as the Vice President for Finance and Administration at LaGuardia Community College. He's got a great CUNY story. In 1981, Shahir immigrated from Afghanistan. He was 16. When he was 17, he learned to speak English at LaGuardia Community College. A couple of years after that, he was a draftsperson. He went on and got his electrical engineering degree at New York Institute of Technology. Came back, worked for a teeny bit at LaGuardia, went on to work at City College, really managing many of their facilities, came to LaGuardia and has been, I would say, very consciously tutored and mentored in order to be a vice president. It is I would never say CUNY is a hard place to work, but to manage facilities and finance in CUNY can be a body of specialized knowledge. And to create someone who is going to be able to take the helm after the 26-year career of Richard Elliott, who just retired, he very consciously said to Shahir, I want you to grow into this position, mentored him. He went back and got his MBA in finance and investment from Baruch, and is really just not only a delightful human being, but an extraordinary both engineer and finance. So it is my pleasure to present him to you.
Thank you. That's a wonderful story. May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second? Second. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The motion carries. Is Shahir?
He is Shahir.
Welcome and congratulations.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here. I've been associated with great university, City University of New York, for the last 30 years, as a student, as a part-time worker, and also as a full-time staff member and a manager. I'm delighted to be working under the leadership of President Gail Mello, and I'm hoping that I could work with all of you here in this room to make the university an even better place.
Thank you and for your service. President Robb, this is your day today.
Well, thank you so much. I'm here to ask the board's approval for the nomination of Daphne Halpern as our Vice President for Institutional Advancement. And one of the reasons I was here today, and hopefully will be back in the next few months with more wonderful gifts, is because of the extraordinary support of Daphne Halpern. The Hunter College has had a Director of Development position for many years. Our Director of Development this time last year was actually recruited away by a sister school, and we started to do a national search, and in the interim turned to our friends at CCS, who after a number of candidates who I said were not good enough to work for Hunter College, found Daphne Halpern for us as our consultant. We then embarked on a national search, and I'm very pleased to report that we found really wonderful candidates, which I think has a lot to do with the Chancellor's leadership and the general tenor in CUNY, that people are really interested in coming here to be part of fundraising. And as we were interviewing these wonderful candidates, our board, our faculty, our staff kept asking me the question I was asking myself, which is, why aren't we asking our consultant to take this job, since she's done such extraordinary work in both organizing the office, hiring staff, beginning various campaigns at all sorts of level, and supporting my major gift work. So we were lucky enough to catch ourselves, asked Daphne if she would apply for the job, and when she agreed in an interview, it was a resounding support for her work, which I think speaks volumes for someone who for almost a year had managed a staff and dealt with all sorts of issues between faculty and students and staff, that there was such great support for her. Daphne, as you see in her resume, has over 25 years of experience in fundraising and nonprofit management. She had a particular focus in the healthcare field, which will be very useful to us as we build our fundraising capacity in the School of Public Health and in nursing. She is both a very frontline person and somebody who has the great loyalty of a staff of professionals. So really from soup to nuts, knows how to get things done, and we're very excited to ask your support for her nomination as Vice President of Institutional Advancement for Hunter College.
Thank you. May I have a motion for approval? Second?
Second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? The motion carries. Is Ms. Halpern here
She
with
is.
you? Welcome to CUNY, and thank you for your service.
Thank you very much, Chairman Beal, Chancellor. I'm very excited to be here. Coming in as a consultant, certainly my role was just to keep the operation going, but being with the President and seeing her enthusiasm and her true love of Hunter College and the opportunities it affords its students and its faculty really made me want to dig in. And with the support of her, and certainly with the Chancellor's programs and fundraising through Carlos Flynn, I really gained a great bit of experience in higher education, and I'm looking very forward to what the next year may hold and years forward. So thank you very much for your vote of support.
Thank you. Now Kenneth Nortz of the Office of Academic Affairs to present item 1C3.
John J. John Jay College requests the appointment of Dr. Wendy Gustafaro as Associate Professor of Public Management and Administration with tenure effective February 1st, 2013, waiving the requirement that the candidate have earned tenure at a previous institution as set forth in bylaws 6.2b of the bylaws. Professor Gustafaro is currently being considered for tenure and promotion to associate professor at Georgia State University. Dr. Gustafaro's research focuses on the criminal justice system's response to offenders with behavioral health needs and has been widely published. She's the principal investigator on projects that have generated nearly $750,000 in research. John Jay would like to match the tenure and rank being offered by Georgia State in order to procure this valuable faculty member. The Office of Academic Affairs and Human Resource Management have reviewed the college's request for a bylaw waiver and believe it is in the college's best interests. Madam Chair, I present item 1C3 for the committee's consideration.
Thank you. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? The motion carries. Thank you very much. We will now move to the information items. Section 2 advises the committee of several appointments of faculty with immediate tenure or reappointments with earlier tenure pursuant to the bylaws. These items appear for information purposes only and do not require a report or a vote. And now we ask Vice Chancellor Waters for her report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I wanted to take this opportunity to just update the board on some of the activity that's going on in the Office of Human Resources Management. Our goals this year are focused on 3 primary areas. The first is to work in a centralized, standardized, and accessible environment, and we have been working hard to consolidate payroll services within our office. We are just about there. We have space assigned to us at 57th Street where we can finish the centralization of payroll. And we have found that it has enabled us to have a much more standardized approach to payroll. What we've learned in bringing people from all the campuses together is that there were different payroll operations or different payroll policies going on at various campuses, and we're now able to standardize that, which works to our advantage, as you can imagine. We're also working on a virtual onboarding center which will allow us to have kind of a one-stop shop online with access to HR forms, policies, benefits, and payroll information, and also essential training. We have a pilot project that's currently being developed for central office, and it will be launched in the early spring. As you can imagine, the goal here is to have actually a very interactive onboarding process that will connect with CUNY first. That's a little ways down the road, but we're beginning the process now with the intention of making things much more integrated in the future. Second goal that we have is to work more with data to allow for more informed decision making. And to that end, my office has been providing data to the campuses on things like their workforce. I just thought I'd share with you a couple of the interesting statistics. For example, at the ECP, would you be surprised to know that 39% of our ECP members are above the age of 60? In the faculty, that percentage is 33%. For HEOs and professional staff, it's 18%. Classified managerials, it's 15%, and the same is true for our classified staff. Well, what that says is that we really, as a university, need to prepare for the eventual retirement of some of our senior members. And so we've really got to start focusing more on development programs that we are able to give people the training that's necessary to move up in this environment, and also to look at the kind of jobs we are actually recruiting for so that our entry-level positions really meet the needs of the university going forward. So that's one of the projects that we have on our plate. I would be remiss if I didn't mention diversity. You've heard us talk a lot about this last year as we put together the Diversity Action Plan. And the campuses are now in the process of doing their own diversity strategic plans. We've given them a template. We expect the plans to be submitted by the fall. But in keeping with statistics, we also are looking at the affirmative action plans that have come in from the campuses. We are just finishing the analysis of the 2011 year. And I just want to point out a couple of pieces of good news. I think that's the best way to phrase it. Two campuses, the law school and Brooklyn College, did not have any affirmative action units that lacked representation of females or total minorities. So I say congratulations to those two institutions. 3 colleges did not have any underutilization of African Americans. That was the law school, the Grad Center, and Medgar Evers. 3 campuses did not have underutilization of Hispanics, BMCC, Hostos, and the law school. And neither the law school nor the Graduate Center had a numeric disparity between the incumbency and availability of Asians. I think one of the things that becomes apparent to us as we do these statistics is looking at the availability data, the numbers of women and minorities in the labor force as compared to our own workforce. And one of the things that is interesting is that more and more women and minorities are getting advanced degrees. And so what's happening is that our availability data, the available people out there is really growing. And our hiring has not kept up with that. So you're going to see disparities continue because we are just not hiring at the same rate that these degrees are being produced. So we continue to look at the statistics, but we also are focusing more on making sure that the climate is one that is welcoming and supportive of all of our workforce. And I just wanted to mention that we are going to have a diversity conference. It's scheduled now for March 8th. It is focused on faculty diversity. We have reached out to faculty to give us proposals for panels and presentations, and they are coming in at a rapid pace. So I'm pleased about that. We will be getting out the promotional material shortly, and you'll be hearing more about it. And that, again, will be driven by some of the statistics that we see and what else we can do to make this a better university. So that's my report for tonight. I just wanted to give you an idea of what's going on in my office.
Any questions for the Vice Chancellor? Is there a mandatory retirement age?
No.
Oh.
No. No. There used to be. There isn't.
Oh. Okay.
I had a professor who was 94 years old when I was in Queens College,
Okay.
Benjamin Gabiner. He was 94 when he retired.
Yeah.
And that's on the faculty as well as on the administrative side?
Jewish history.
No band.
He was present for all of it.
Well, we're glad to hear that.
So, thank you, Vice Chancellor Waters. Mr. Chancellor, do you have any closing remarks?
That's going to go in the minutes.
I don't think the hour is late.
Hope it stays there.
By the way, fascinating, excuse me, not to interrupt, but this is actually fascinating. His son-in-law, Dr. Joseph Landis, who was the chairman of the Jewish Studies Department of Queens College, died today at 96.
Oh, my
Wow.
goodness.
God bless him.
That's sad.
Well, with that,
They were both 30
Happy
years
New
later.
Year's to all. May I have a motion for adjournment? Thank you and good night.